Recording and we are live. Combat Pack Podcast. Just me and Cabalsack today. Nobody wants to hang out with us. We're too controversial. Banned from television, right, Cabalsack?
Yep.
Right. Good morning, everybody. It is morning. I have coffee. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of controversy in the community this week, if I do say so myself. What about you, Cabalsack? Have you heard about this controversy going on in the Mortal Kombat community?
Yep.
Oh man, that was the sigh of disdain. That was the sigh of disappointment. So for those of you that aren't up on it, let me give you some backstory to kind of set the stage. Pro Comp tournament championship of the world, right? Guy named Titanium Tigers enters that tournament, builds probably the cheapest Shiva variation he could, names it, "Why did NRS do this?" As in, why did NRS allow us the opportunity to build such a cheap variation? Proceeded to get into top 8 with pretty much nothing but Shiva stomps and Dragon Stance projectile spam. And gets disqualified mid-match during the tournament. And for what? We didn't know. But they cut the stream, disqualified him, and they said it was because of his name. And then he was banned from the tournament because his name was disparaging NetherRealm, and that's against the rules of the tournament. After the backlash from the fan base, the ban was reversed. The DQ still stands. He's still disqualified from that tournament. So he doesn't gain any points in the Pro League or whatever. But he can still enter the next tournament. And there's a lot to unpack here. A lot to unpack. I figure this is the kind of topic that we can fill a whole fucking podcast because there's just so much going on with the community and so much going on with all of that. Cabalsack, opening thoughts. What do you think?
Why would NRS do this?
Why would NRS do this? I mean, there's a couple of issues at play here. First thing is, again, Shiva is kind of stupid. Why would NRS do this? Yeah, she's very, very stupid. She's like, if you haven't seen the matchup, I mean, it's all over YouTube and all that. But the idea is like he literally got to top 8 at a tournament doing like 3 moves. And if you watch the match, he's fighting a Kano player. And the Kano player has a way of avoiding the stomp where he just does a Kano ball across the screen. So Shiva jumps in the air, Kano ball across the screen. She lands on the other side of the screen, jumps in the air again, Kano ball to the other side. She lands, and it just repeats over and over. And it like the match was a series of Shiva stomps and Kano balls for like a good couple minutes. Like that was a large portion of the entire match, and it really made the game look bad. Like it looked awful to watch that. It looked like some Injustice shit, right? Like no neutral, no fighting game skill or knowledge. It wasn't like, oh, I need to learn how to do that. It was like, wow, these guys are literally just spamming one move each, and nobody's doing anything. And I kind of want to touch on that first. Like, that made the game look bad. And I don't care what anybody says. It just looks awful. The optics of that match were awful. What do you think, Cabalsack?
The match itself was fucking dumb. Like I didn't want to watch that, so I just closed it. I wasn't chatting in the chat or anything. I was just watching the the tournament as I was playing and I was labbing and stuff like that. So I just closed it off to put some music on. When I came back, apparently Titania. I didn't see when the stream cut off, but Titania. I saw the part where the commentator said, "Yeah, don't do stupid shit, and it will get you banned, like Titanium Tigers or something."
Yeah.
I didn't message or anything there. Apparently, people said that the mods told Titanium Tigers or warned him about it to change the name, but that wouldn't make sense. They disqualified him in the first match. He didn't have time to change the variation name.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this situation, and I don't think anybody is innocent. I think everybody fucked up. I think that what Titanium Tigers did made the game look awful. Like if you're a pro player, right? This is my hot take on this. And this is why I don't have a lot of sympathy for him. If you're a pro player and you made the decision like, yo, I want to be a pro player. I want to make money playing Mortal Kombat. I want to go to tournaments. I want the clout. I want the recognition, all of that. Right? If that's your goal, then why go out of your way to make the game look bad? Because the only way you can be a pro at the game is if there's people that are interested in that. And if you're going to sit there and just play the game in that way, and again, he's playing to win, right? He wants to win the tournament. But like when he saw that the dude had like a counter for it, right? Every time he stomped, there'd be a Kano ball, and then stomp again, and then Kano ball. And it's like, dude, I get playing to win, but you're not playing to win. Right now, you're playing to make the game look bad. And I don't understand the logic behind that, because if you want to be a pro player, you want people to play the game and watch you, then I would think you would go out of your way to make it as exciting as possible. Like, yo, I want people to think this game is the shit, because then they will want to buy it, then they will want to play it, they will want to watch me play it. And I just think he's a fucking idiot. Like, why would you make the game look bad? I understand playing to win, but he wasn't playing to win. He was playing to make the game look bad. Because if he was playing to win, he would have stopped Shiva stomping when he saw that it wasn't working anymore. And that's why Titanium Tigers doesn't get a lot of respect from me for this. Like, I get that he's trying to be a martyr and fight to get Shiva nerfed, but it's like, dude, at the end of the day, you weren't trying to win. If you were trying to win, you would have stopped. You were trying to make a statement. And I think that that statement is counterproductive to your end goal of trying to be a pro player. What do you think, Cabal Sack?
I don't know. No, like you said, no one is innocent. NRS are the
Well,
people that banned them are sensitive, and Titanium Tiger shouldn't have done that stupid shit. It made the
well,
game
but I'm
look
just
bad,
saying,
and I'm
I'm
not I'm not saying that Titanium Tigers fucking shining star or anything. I know there was drama with FGC Monkey Business or whatever, or in the Injustice scene. In the I don't remember what it was, Gods Among Us or something, that tournament. Where he DQ'd Monkey Business for no reason. Like Monkey Business did two sets, one on Wi-Fi. He apologized and said, "Okay, I can go wired if you want." He went wired and still beats Titanium Tigers, and Tigers still DQ'd him for no reason after that. At which point he said it was unplayable, which wasn't true. No, wasn't true at all. I saw the fucking tournament in a VOD, and I know that should happen. I know people also complain that his internet and the connection was really bad in that tournament, in the Injustice 2 tournament. But he seems like a cool dude, right? Like he streams quite a bit right now. He got
well,
partnered, I believe, not long ago. But yeah, he's a cool dude. That was just fucking stupid.
well, my thing is like I've seen his tweets, I've seen some of his responses, and he's kind of like talking like he's like a martyr, like he's a victim here, and I'm like, dude, you're not a victim. Like, why don't you own that? Like that's my issue. Is like, dude, you fucking knew what you were doing. You did it anyways. Quit acting like NetherRealm is like the villain here. Like, there's no villain. You're both stupid. But like, you need to accept your stupidity too. Like, you need to own up to the fact that you did some dumb shit. You got caught doing it. You got DQ'd. There were consequences. You knew there were going to be consequences, and when those consequences hit, like, quit acting like you're fucking Jesus on the cross. Like, you didn't save us from anything. Like, an idiot could have told you that that was going to be a bad idea, and you still did it anyways. And again, let's look at, like, how he's, presented himself in the past, you bring up that he's got some shadows in his some skeletons in the closet, if you will. So like, he's not the Jesus of MK to save us from fucking bullshit Shiva stomps, right? And I feel like the community's kind of rallying around him, using every other frustration that they've got and using him as like this hero. Like, hey man, he fought Netherrealm to get rid of the bullshit, and it's like, no, the fuck he didn't. He did it for the memes. He thought it'd be funny. Some people thought it was funny. Other people did not think it was funny, and the people that didn't think it was funny were the people that made the decisions. And that's kind of how I feel about that. Is like, like, let's be real here, okay? Let's look at this logically. He didn't really expose anything, or he didn't sacrifice himself for our game and our community. If anything, he hurt Mortal Kombat more than anything. That's my take, is that NetherRealm or whoever disqualified him didn't hurt the game as much as Titanium Tigers hurt the game. He hurt the game. Like, this game is going to have a hard time recovering from his stunt. And NetherRealm's not blameless in that. But, like, he has to accept his responsibility. Because when that goes out, when that footage went out onto YouTube, right, Joe Blow Call of Duty is going to go on YouTube and look up the Pro Championship of Mortal Kombat. And they're going to see Shiva and Kano just kind of bouncing around the screen doing stomps and balls, avoiding, like playing tag. Like, you can't touch me, I can't touch you, right? And nobody's going to want to play that. Nobody's going to want to play that shit. And that's not the player's responsibility to make that look cool. It's player's responsibility to win. But my concern is, like, dude, he wasn't doing that to win. Like, he was doing that to make the game look bad, and he succeeded. And now the game looks bad. And now you have Kotaku writing articles. You have all these other mainstream media, mainstream media outlets are looking at us and laughing at us and saying we're a joke. The players are a joke for playing like that. NetherRealm's a joke for making a game that could be played like that. Dude, it's going to be harder and harder to sell this fucking thing on people, right? It's going to be harder and harder. And I'm not saying, like, from a monetary standpoint. Like, just getting someone to reinstall their disc that they already bought. Like, if I say, hey, man, I'm a Mortal Kombat content creator. Why don't you come to my community and, we could play some games? And people are going to be like, dude, is that game that's just Shiva stomping Kano Ball? I'm not fucking with that game. That game looks stupid. Why would I play that? And I feel like that's the end result. That's what Titanium Tigers has created. And that's fine. If he hates Mortal Kombat and doesn't want anybody to play it, then, mission accomplished. Like, you succeeded. But to me, it doesn't make sense logically, because, like, it's like, dude, you're trying to be a pro player. Why would you try to make people not want to play this game? Because, like, now you can't be a pro player, right? Like, if Mortal Kombat takes a huge shit in terms of, like, player retention and community growth because of this situation, then in my opinion, Titanium Tigers is a fucking idiot, because his whole thing was, I want to be a pro player, I want to enter tournaments, I want to win money. And, like, you're going to have a hard time winning big money on tournaments when there are no fucking entrants, because you made the game look bad. That's how I look at it. That's my take on that situation is, like, yeah, NetherRealm was pretty sensitive, but, like, Titanium Tigers is not a fucking hero. Like, he's not the Batman of our scene.
I don't think anyone is saying he's a hero. I mean, people are just cloud chasing using the why did NRS do this hashtag?
Well, people are rallying around him. They're rallying around it because, like, in a lot of the community's eyes, NetherRealm is the big bad guy, the big bad wolf. It's like, oh, you put this dumbass character in the game, and, like, you allowed Cetrion, and she's never been nerfed, and you allowed Jackie, and now we have Shiva and Fujin. We have all this dumb shit, and you're just letting that happen. And it's like, yeah, okay, there's dumb shit in this game. There's dumb shit in every fighting game. Like, okay, whatever, go patch it, But if like the whole intention was to draw recognition to how stupid some of these characters can be, I feel like that's not a good way of doing that. It's just like, it's not like, think about it this way, right? You get people with honey over, what is it? You get more bees with honey, right? Like, if you're just going to be a jackass and a clown, then don't get mad when nobody cares. Like, if you want people to take you serious, you should probably act serious. And that's coming from a guy who literally is nothing more than the clown of MK. Like, I'm just a fucking joke in this community. And I'm the one saying, yo, man, if like you want to be a pro player, maybe don't be a jackass.
Yeah.
Like, I think ATL, I'm kind of wish ATL jumped on this podcast with us. But like ATL brought up a good point in Discord conversation. He said, if I work at Burger King and I show up to my job at Burger King with a fuck Burger King t-shirt, I shouldn't be surprised when they fire my ass. And like, that's how I kind of see it, is like, dude, this is it says pro competition, right? Pro tournament. So people entering this are either already professionals or aspiring professionals, right? You're either want to be one or you already are. So like, that is you either consider it a job or a job interview. So why would you show up, right? He's not a pro-sponsored player. You said he's a Twitch partner or whatever, but he's not like a pro-sponsored player. So entering these tournaments is like a job interview, right? I'm trying to show that I'm good enough to be a permanent pro. So he literally showed up to a job interview with a variation name that says NetherRealm is stupid and don't know how to make games.
But, I mean, yeah. I said it was stupid.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, like, dude, you showed up to a job interview with a variation name making fun of the company that you want to work for. Like, come on, bro. Try to be smart. Try to not be a dumbass. Because when you get banned and DQ'd, and now what? What are you going to fucking go play? You going to go play Overwatch? You're going to keep playing Mortal Kombat? It doesn't seem like you enjoy this game. Right? Like, it doesn't seem like he's having fun. He's either got some like serious mental issues that he probably needs to get worked out with some professional help, or he just literally doesn't like the game, in which case, why the fuck are you playing this game? Like, there's a lot of other games. You could, if you really believe that you're talented at fighting games and Mortal Kombat is stupid, then why don't you go play Dragon Ball or Street Fighter or Tekken or Unial or whatever, like, I don't understand what he was trying to accomplish. It doesn't make any sense, and it kind of plays into this whole like slacktivist shit, right? Like, I'm not gonna actually do anything. I'm just gonna like draw attention to myself in the most obnoxious way in hopes that it does the things that I want it to, but in the end it doesn't. Like, a balance, like, if the whole thing was like Shiva's broken, like, a balance patch isn't coming, not anytime soon, right? Like, there's no if they're gonna make a balance patch, they're gonna announce it, and we're gonna get it in a month or whatever. We're not gonna get a balance patch anytime soon. It's not like this is how we get Shiva nerfed. I'm pretty sure if Shiva was gonna get nerfed, she was gonna get nerfed regardless. And if there was going to be a patch, there was going to be a patch regardless. So what was the intention? What was the end game goal? Like, I feel like that's something that's kind of like all over our community, is people don't have like an end game goal. Like, they just want to do shit for the lulz to like impress Twitter or Reddit or whatever. Like, I just want clout. I just want people to notice me and pay attention. And it's like, you're fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb, and you're a fucking kid, and you act like a child, and you probably should just be treated like one. Like, that's how and again, that's probably me saying too much. I'm probably going to get shit on by the community right now, but like, I feel like Titanium Tiger is a fucking child. Yeah, but I feel like he acted like a fucking child and he was treated like a child, and now he's all mad that he has to sit in the corner in timeout for acting like a goddamn kid. You acted like a fucking kid, and people told you to kick rocks, and now you're throwing even more of a tantrum. Which honestly, to his credit, he hasn't really thrown much of a tantrum. It's more of the community. Like he was like, "Lol, I got DQ'd. It was stupid," and then that was it, right? It's not so much like Titanium Tigers throwing a tantrum or whatever. It's mostly the community throwing a tantrum and just kind of rallying around this dumb shit. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't see what anybody's trying to accomplish. It's nothing good's going to come of that. And it's kind of a shame. Like what Titanium Tigers did hurt this game more than anything else. And like NetherRealm banning him or DQing him didn't help. It was the Streisand effect. All they did was give him the attention that he was looking for.
Yeah.
But I do agree that he shouldn't have been. I do agree that he shouldn't have been banned. But I do agree with the disqualification. What do you think about that? Should they have disqualified him?
I don't think so. I just think they shouldn't have showed the matches. Unless it was grand finals, obviously.
Well, it was top 8. So it was a match that people would want to see. It's top 8, right? Like, you can't not show top 8. That's what people want, right? They want to see the best players. And on that night, he was considered top 8, one of the best players. But, like, I think NetherRealm or whoever, like, DQ'd him, I feel like they were within their rights to do so because I went back and looked at the rules, and it says in the rules to not have disparaging remarks in your variation name. And, like, yeah, you could dance around context, right? Well, he's just asking a question. Okay, yeah. In the context of he's just asking a question, okay, right? That's not ban-worthy. But here's the deal. People aren't looking at the entire picture. He was stalling the match. At the end of the day, he was stalling the match. That's banned in fucking every fucking competitive tournament, right? If you do shit like that, like Evolution, the big, CEO, Combo Breaker, every major has rules against stalling. So even if you took the variation name away, right? Even if you said, okay, he didn't have the opportunity to change his variation. That's not fair. Okay, all right. I'll give you that. I'll play devil's advocate. He didn't have the opportunity to change his variation, and that's not fair. He should have been given a chance. But if you look at the context of the whole thing, he had a dumbass variation name, and he was literally and legitimately stalling the match, specifically to cause, controversy. That is always been a rule. Always. So even if you don't disqualify him for the name, I feel like they're still within the rules of disqualifying him for intentionally stalling. And he still broke the rules, right? Because the name in and of itself is not disparaging, but within the context of he's stalling the match and he has a name like that, it is disparaging. Why did you give me the ability to stall matches like this? And NetherRealm's hands aren't clean. Like, they put Shiva in the game. They thought it was okay for that character to function like that. So they're not clean of it. But I don't really care about NetherRealm in this regard. Like, I don't really, like, the game is what it is. You either play it or you don't. Like, you either are cool with the characters or you're not. You either like the meta or you don't. So, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if there's broken shit. If there's broken shit and shit you don't like fighting, just don't play it. Send the message with your wallet or your time. But, like, he was intentionally stalling. So, to me, that's DQ worthy. And, in my opinion, intentionally stalling in the way that he did is ban worthy. If I were running the pro comp, I'd have banned his ass too. I'd have been like, dog, you were dragging that shit out. Like, I could understand if you were doing that to win, but you didn't hit him with a single one of them fucking stomps. He was just Kano balling away, and you just kept doing it. You weren't doing it strategically. You weren't doing it tactically because you wanted to win. You were doing it because it was funny. in the moment. You thought it was funny. Maybe chat thought it was funny. Maybe you were feeding into that, but you were absolutely not trying to win, because if you were trying to win, you would have stopped using a tactic that obviously wasn't working, because he kept escaping them with Kano balls.
Wasn't there like a Kotaku fucking article or something about this event?
That's the other thing that
Like,
fucking annoys me. Go ahead.
that's also something I find dumb. Like, I feel like nobody actually fucking cares about fighting games unless they fuck up. Like, there's always gonna be a fucking article when something fucks up or something big happens and it's negative towards the game.
It's not even that.
Like,
It's just the problem with fucking games media as it is, right? Like, they don't sit there and talk about. Foxy Grandpa brought this up, like, on Twitter, right? He was like, dude, where were you guys for the first Pro Comp Tour? Where were you guys for this tournament? Where were you guys for that big tournament in Ukraine where they had a fucking set and everybody dressed like fucking Shaolin monks and had this huge production values? Where were you guys when that happened? But you're here now for this, you know? And so I was on board with Foxy Grandpa on that. I was like, yeah, dude, you're only here when you want to shit on us. And I mentioned that before, you know, that, like, yeah, Kotaku, they don't fucking care. The mainstream media, they only talk about us when they want to sit there and be like, lol, Sonic Fox is gay non-binary. They don't want to talk about, like, you know, oh, Sonic Fox, you know, he won this tournament or he won that tournament, or, you know, Sonic Fox revolutionized Injustice 1 by showing how broken Batgirl was. They don't want to talk about Sonic Fox's accomplishments. No, because Sonic Fox isn't a person. He's a thing we can use to push our beliefs. He's a thing we can use to push our ideals. He's not a human being who practiced his ass off to get good at a video game and did a bunch of pioneering work in that space. And that's the same thing with this. It's like, dude, we're not going to cover the tournament scene. We can cover the Dota scene. We can have a Counter-Strike World Championship coverage, but, like, for Mortal Kombat, no, we're not going to touch anything to do with fighting games. And that's always been the case with the mainstream media, because that's been a meme. And see, you guys that are young, you don't remember these days, dude. You guys live in an era, excuse me, we call it the post-MK9 era in fighting games. Because before fighting games, before MK9, fighting games never had any kind of press in the mainstream media, because fighting games are like Tetris, right? They're not really like an experience. They're a tool. Like, you don't buy Tetris for the riveting narrative content. Like, oh, man, like, holy shit, what did the L block do this round? You know, like, you buy Tetris to just play Tetris. And fighting games were always like that. It was like, dude, you didn't buy Mortal Kombat to find out what Scorpion was up to. Like, that's kind of a cool side thing that's also there. But for the most part, you bought Mortal Kombat to fight Mortal Kombat. And mainstream media always shit on fighting games. You know, the reviews, go back and look them up, man. Like, go back and look up old reviews for Third Strike. The game that everybody says is the greatest fighting game ever. Third Strike, Street Fighter 3 is so beautiful. Daigo Parry, Vivo 37. Go look at the original reviews of that game. Like, mainstream media was like, lol, there's no story. Lol, you just fight 2 out of 10. This shit is dumb. And now mainstream media is like, oh, yeah, fucking Third Strike is the greatest fucking fighting game ever. Daigo Evo Parry, right? They've always shit on us. Mortal Kombat 9 changed that. Go ahead.
It's good. I was agreeing, that's all.
Oh, okay. I'll say Mortal Kombat 9 changed that, because Mortal Kombat 9 was one of the first fighting... Well, it wasn't the first fighting game to have a story mode like that. I believe that was MK versus DC. But it was the first time people actually took notice of it. They're like, holy shit, there's like the towers, there's these challenges, there's story, there's like all this like single player casual content that like the mainstream media that's like shit at fighting games that they like. And so the mainstream media always shit on us and our community and our games until they got what they wanted. And now it's like, oh yeah, fighting games are like stupid and boring, and like, why can't they have an easy mode, right? Like, the video game journalists are shitty at video games. They're not gamers. I don't fucking care who you are. Like, I don't care if you work for IGN or Polygon or Kotaku or whatever. You're not a gamer. Like, you get paid to play video games, and that's fine. But, like, you're not a gamer. Like, you're not. I'm sorry. Nobody respects you. Nobody takes you serious. And especially now that it's like, dude, you're supposed to be a video game coverage site. You're supposed to cover video game shit. You never fucking cover anything to do with video games unless it's bad. Unless it's bad. You guys were all fucking Cyberpunk is game of the year when you were getting free codes for PC. And as soon as you got your free codes on PC to play the game for free, oh, well, Cyberpunk is a broken piece of shit. Have you seen the PS4 version of Cyberpunk? Yeah, we gave it a 9 out of 10 rating. But let me tell you something. CD Projekt Red needs to be sued. So fuck Kotaku, fuck Polygon, fuck Reset Era, fuck fucking all of them. I like Destructoid, though. Destructoid's cool. Destructoid I'm down with. But like all of them, fuck them. And they're doing the same shit to Mortal Kombat. No coverage, no nothing. Like, it's just, lol, did you see the microtransactions of Mortal Kombat? You know, those microtransactions that are like fucking, most people don't even know there's microtransactions in it. Lol, did you see the grind? It takes me so long to unlock a skin. Yeah, well, you know what? You don't buy Mortal Kombat for a fucking skin. Dude, Mortal Kombat 9 is the game that everybody's like, Mortal Kombat 9 is the best Mortal Kombat ever. And you had like 2 skins per character. Nobody buys Mortal Kombat for a fucking skin. So like, where you get off sitting there, look, it takes me 10 hours to get a skin. Shut the fuck up, you fucking pieces of shit. Fucking don't even fucking play our game, but you got something to fucking say. Got something to say. I don't speak on Tekken, right? I just say I don't really like Tekken, and the netcode is ass, because every time I've played it, it was ass, right? But I don't sit there and be like, oh man, did you see the news about fucking Anakin? Uh-oh, did you see how fucking Run It Black got screwed? No, I don't talk on the Tekken community because I'm not a part of it, right? So, like, I'm annoyed that everybody wants to come in and talk shit about the Mortal Kombat community. You're not even fucking here, right? People sit there and they're like, Mortal Kombat 11 sucks. Okay, that's your opinion. Have that opinion. And then you see this tournament with Titanium Tigers being a complete cock ass, and people are coming in, see? Mortal Kombat sucks ass. Look at how stupid this game is. And it's like, dude, that's not the game at high level. He was doing that shit to troll. He was doing that shit for the memes. He was doing it for the lulz, all right? That's not Mortal Kombat at high level. He wasn't trying to win. Absolutely not. You know, but all he did was he gave the haters fuel for the fire.
He even said so on his streams. I was there. He said it was a joke.
Yeah, he was trying to meme, and I'm always down for the memes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am cool with memes, but like, he gave fuel for the fire. You know, he gave fuel for the fire for the haters. And now the haters, they have fucking ammunition for days. Mortal Kombat's a shit game. Like, it's bad enough. It was hard enough for us to get any fucking respect, right? When I'm sitting here playing Mortal Kombat Deception on PS2 online, and I'm just dealing with fucking Cobra fucking 50-50 fireball spam, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I hate this shit, but I love this game. Look at this. We got a late tardy motherfucker joining us. Say hi to the people, asshole.
Yeah, I fucking guessed right. Is that fucking Crosby?
It is Crosby. And Kawhi, thank you for the subs. That was kind of cool how the sub alert pops in right as Crosby comes in. You had an entrance theme, asshole.
That's hilarious. But yeah, just to add on to what y'all were saying though, like, people are already in the state that the game was stupid from back when, because like I said, I don't know about other fighting games, but so many pros bash this specific fighting game.
No, they bash our franchise because you're new, but all the shit they say about MK11, they said about 9, they said about X, they say about Injustice.
Yeah, probably so, but I'm speaking off like specific streams that I watched just for this game, so I can't speak on other games. I'm only speaking on this one because if I was to basically just watch the streams and not want to play it myself, I wouldn't even want to try to touch the game because all I used to watch was Tom Brady stream on how he used to just complain all day about the damn game. But that's when I was playing the game. Now, if I was the person that never touched the game, why would I want to play this game when a pro player is complaining and shit like this much about the game?
Exactly.
And then this Titanium, whatever the fuck his name, Titanium Tigers, I guess, he wants to make it even more of a joke, but this time he wants to do it like in a whole tournament that they're sponsoring. So that makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah, he's a fucking moron. Like, I usually try to not talk shit on people. I try to, I only talk shit on people that are here. But in this case, he damaged our scene and our game for the lulz. And I don't see why he's getting, like, martyred for that. I'm like, fuck this guy, dude. Like, you think we're going to get any more respect for this? And it would have been different. It would have been different if he was trying to win and that was like a valid tactic. I'd be like, well, game's broken. What do you want? But he wasn't trying to win. Because logically, if you're trying to win and something's not working, you're going to stop. But he didn't stop. He was doing an intentional stall tactic. And if and people want to be like, oh, well, that's just how broken Mortal Kombat is. And I'm like, you fucking 09er piece of shit. You fucking 20-year-old kid that's never fucking played a fighting game. Have you heard of a game called Marvel vs. Capcom 2? The one game that the entire fighting game community is like, yo, this is the GOAT, dog. Marvel 2 is the GOAT. And I'm like, dude, do you know that they have the dead body glitch that you can stall around infinitely? That's never been patched. It's never been fixed. And almost every character can do the dead body glitch and stall out around and win on a timeout after one touch. And the community's like, yeah, that shit's kind of stupid. So, like, that's not cool. You're not allowed to stall like that. And, like, he literally was doing that in Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat gets shit on for having that in it. Whereas, like, Marvel 2, the Marvel community was like, yo, that shit's dumb. We're not going to accept that. And, like, that's in Marvel 2. But people ignore that the dead body glitch is in Marvel 2. And they ignore the fact that the community came together and said, yeah, we're not cool with this. All right? Like, that shit's funny, but we're going to stop. Right? And Marvel 2 gets respect, but Mortal Kombat doesn't. Mortal Kombat gets the fucking memes. That's the issue I have. It's the double standard. It's the double standard in the mainstream gaming media that they don't want to fucking talk about us unless it's to fucking shit on us whenever there's a problem. The community, not Mortal Kombat community, but the fighting game community wants to shit on us and say our game is trash, even though none of the other games I've played, I showed you guys my fighting game collection on PS4 alone yesterday, right? None of the other games are any better. Like, they're not less scrubby, they're not less broken, they're not less fucking babied down. Every fucking fighting game has beginner mechanics and easy execution and comeback fucking shit, okay? Don't give me that shit that Mortal Kombat is more scrubbier than any other fighting game. It's not even any scrubbier than any other fighting game from the fucking past. But you that don't know your history, the players that don't know the scene and the community, right? You're fucking 21 years old and you just came into fighting games with this game and you're only seeing the shit with this game and you don't know the history, right? This shit is old news, right? Stalling tactics have been dealt with by other games for a long fucking time ago. And, like, fuck to the fucking Mortal Kombat community where instead of doing stuff in appropriate manner to get good actual change and growth in our community, they want to fucking do the memes, right? They just want to chase clout, make their money, and meme on the game that's supposed to be their fucking bread and butter. I'm a professional player. This is how I make my money, but I'm going to go out of my way to make sure nobody wants to play the game that I'm supposedly supposed to be a fucking professional at. Shut the fuck up with that. Just get out with that.
No, I can agree. I see where you come from.
That's the rant of the day, or
I mean, we could go on and on. Like, there's so much to unpack with this whole situation. We've only, like, just begun shitting on Titanium Tigers. Like, NetherRealm is the same shit. Like, whoever fucking instituted that DQ, yes, they were within their rights. He broke the rules. He could have been DQ'd for intentional stalling if they didn't want to DQ for the name. He broke that rule, like intentional stalling. I don't know if that was a rule in the actual pro competition, but I know intentional stalling is like one of those common laws that like every tournament disallows intentional stalling. It may not have been illegal in that tournament, but if it was, they would have been within their rights to ban him, not DQ him, ban him for intentional stalling. And like, okay, all right, they're within their rights to ban for that, but come on, NetherRealm, like, dude, I literally can rip off fucking Sonya's fucking neck in this game. I can rip off a woman's neck with a dude. Like, you can't be sensitive and play Mortal Kombat. You just can't. This game fucking makes the fucking mercy input a teabag. Half of the fatalities require like 3 or 4 down inputs. Like, half of the fatalities require you to teabag them. Like, come on, man. This game is for shit talking. This game was created to
Not-
shit on people.
Requires a teabag.
What's that?
Mercy also requires a teabag.
Yeah. Like, fucking Katana's fatality is down, 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 down 2 at mid-screen. Like, Mercy's, fucking all of that shit. It's all like, this game was designed from the ground up to just kind of be a jackass and be a troll. And so NetherRealm, like, whoever banned him for the name, I think that they were being pussies about that. If you were going to DQ him for the name, you could have at least waited till the end of the match. They're saying that they warned him, but I stand with Tom Brady that I don't think they gave him fair warning because he didn't pull that variation out until that match on stream. And nobody said, hey, go change the variation to not get disqualified. They just, like, they said that shit during the match, but they didn't say, oh, you could leave the match to change the variation name. If he left the match, he gets disqualified anyways. So, like, how do you win? And in his situation, what do you do, right? Like, do you continue fighting the match to not get disqualified for leaving the match? Or do I leave the match and change the name so I don't get disqualified? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Hey, maybe not make fucking meme names in the first place. But no, we're not going to do that. We got to get the lulz, right? We got to have the meme name. We got to shit on the game that we're trying to make a living off of or try to make money off of. Maybe he's not trying to make a living being a pro player. Maybe he's just trying to make $200 to buy help fund his PS5 or whatever. Okay. If you're trying to make money off the game, maybe you don't meme on it. But the mod or whoever could have given him a chance to change shit. And it doesn't seem like they did.
To be honest, I
They
don't.
banned him mid
I don't
mid
think
this
it's
match.
easy.
They didn't even wait for the match to finish.
To be honest, maybe I'm just a little strict. I don't think another chance was needed. Like, this is common sense shit not to do.
I'm with you on that. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because a lot of people are saying, well, you didn't have a chance to change it. Yeah, well, you know what?
Well, yeah,
If I went to Burger King,
some shit doesn't really deserve a chance. Though. Like, that's common fucking sense.
yeah, if I
Like-
went to
like,
Burger
do
King
the
with a
shit.
fuck Burger King shirt, I'm not going to get a second chance before I get fired.
Yeah, you can fucking play the variation before you get on stream, but once you get on stream and then advertise the variation name, that's just some dumb shit.
Right?
He probably got more clout off of that than he would if he won the damn tournament, to be honest with you.
All right? If it was a branding and marketing move, it was fucking brilliant. It was brilliant. His name is on everybody's list. I don't even cover intra-player drama on my channel or my podcast. And you guys know I've been here for a lot of drama. And I almost never touch it. But I felt like this situation, I was like, all right, man, I can't not talk about this. Because I certainly do not fit with what everyone else is saying about the situation. I don't agree with most sides on this. That's me, personally, though.
There isn't a side to agree on. You can just disagree on both.
Yeah, I think both sides were stupid. Like, he shouldn't, like, if they were going to ban him, they should have banned him for intentionally stalling. But to, like, make a big fuss, like, if the issue was the name, like, the idea is, oh, you can't go on stream with that name because you're disparaging the game and you're disparaging NetherRealm. Okay, you could have just privately told him, hey, change the name or we're disqualifying you. And then he could have changed the name in between matches. And no one would ever have known anything was up.
Yeah, I still feel like that's like babying some common sense shit. I don't know, like I said, maybe I'm just a little strict.
Well, I'm saying
It's
if
like-
the whole intention was to not expose this and not give him a platform, they failed. They gave him a platform. More people know about this than would have known if they would have kept that shit quiet. So whatever their intention was, whatever they're trying to accomplish with disqualifying him, they fucking failed. Because now that's all over everything. It's over. Everybody knows about this. You didn't hide it. You could have hid it. If it was to save face, you didn't save face. All you did was look stupid.
Yeah, I agree with you. They did. Yeah, they could have. I mean, I think that he deserved to get disqualified off the first fucking shit. Off no one, but they could have went about it another way though. They didn't.
Right? Because, like, the thing is, they're within their rights to do it. But, like, again, I always look at context and just logic, right? Logically, we don't want this guy on our stream in front of thousands of people with this variation name that makes fun of us, right? Logically, we don't want that. We want to keep that hush hush, right? Let's sweep that under the rug. No, don't look at this stupid Shiva spam. No, don't look at that. Hey, look at this good match that's fun. Hey, look at how good this game is, right? But they didn't do that. They shined a spotlight on his ass. They literally took the fucking bat signal, and instead of pointing it at the moon, they pointed it down on Titanium Tigers and said, this guy is making the game look bad. Look at how bad it is. And it's like, you fucking idiots. You literally just showed everybody how bad the game can look, you fucking morons. But that, I don't know. What do you guys think? Hello? Did everybody's Discord
sorry,
take a shit?
I was muted. Sorry.
I already said what I think. Tiger shouldn't have had that. Sorry, as a variation name, and he shouldn't have stalled. NRS shouldn't have banned him.
Yeah.
DQ'd him.
I think they should have DQ'd him.
Definitely
But I don't
shouldn't
think they
ban
should have
people
DQ'd
that
him for the
finally
name.
DQ'd.
They shouldn't have DQ'd him for the name. I think the name is stupid. But, like, they shouldn't have DQ'd him for that. They should have DQ'd him for intentional stalling. That's what should have been the final decision. They should have said, all right, he's intentionally stalling, and that's against the rules. If it's against the rules. I didn't look to see if intentional stalling was against the pro comp rules. Maybe you're allowed to intentionally stall. But intentionally stalling is usually against the rules. They probably should have fucking DQ'd him for that. But, you know, that's me. I'm old school.
About the people being banned from the Twitch channel when they asked about why he was banned?
See, now that's stupid shit, right? That's the Streisand effect, and that's where I say that NetherRealm is just as stupid
I
as
don't blame
fucking that.
NRS for that. I blame the people that banned him because I think it was a mods and not actually NRS. Because after that, I think it was Eva Marie that pointed that out on Twitter and they unbanned her.
Yeah, but they
That's what,
shouldn't have banned people in the first place. Nobody,
Well,
it's not
I
like
mean, I think it was just mods that went out of control or something.
it doesn't matter. Get better mods. Sorry, what are you saying, ATL? We keep interrupting.
I was saying like that little strict policies with a lot of video games though, because I used to I was like a really heavy Madden player. That's football game if you really don't know. A lot of people don't know Madden.
American
It was like
football. Remember, we have an international audience. Some people will be like, "Wow, ATL's into soccer."
Oh yeah, no, yeah, American football. I was like really heavy with Madden playing, and it was there was some pros playing before on stream on Twitch, and I commented and said, "Yo, he's just running cheesy plays that this game has yet to fix," and I actually got banned in chat for that as well. So I mean, that's not. I got banned in chat just for saying he's running cheesy plays that. It's known glitches in that people do consistently just to score easy touch.
Yeah, but that's. I feel like that's a different situation, and it's not entirely the same because people were getting banned by asking what happened, right? So people were coming in saying, not saying like, oh, that was unfair to ban Titanium Tigers, or, you know, he did nothing wrong, or even just trolling further. Like, people were coming in and saying, wait, why did the stream stop? Wait, he got disqualified? Why did he get disqualified? And then bam, they're banned. And I'm like, yo, that shit's dumb as fuck. Like, the people that got banned from chat, and they undid those bans because they knew they fucked up. But the thing is, it should have never even got to that point. Y'all shouldn't have been so fucking sensitive to fucking ban someone for asking what happened. Like that, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah, I can agree.
No excuse to ban someone for what happened. Like, you should have a better head on your shoulders than that. And again, that goes to the common sense shit. As far as like what you said, like, yeah, Titanium Tigers should have had some more common sense, and but the mods or NetherRealm or the Pro Comp or whoever should have had more common sense than to ban people for asking questions, because people were screenshotting. They were screenshotting and like sharing it, like, yo, dude, all I asked was what happened to Tigers. I walked away. I was watching a match. I went to the bathroom. I came back. He's banned. What the fuck happened? Boom, now you're banned from chat. Get the fuck out of here with that, dude. In a game where I'm supposed to fucking sit here and do fucking disco dancing with Liu Kang because I beat your ass without blocking, and you're going to tell me someone gets banned because they asked what happened to their favorite player from getting disqualified from the tournament? Like, what is this shit? What is this shit? What kind of world are we? What kind of community are we trying to be? A community of pussies or a community of people who play games featuring fucking Spawn and a ninja from hell? Like, this is like the most manliest machismo, testosterone, edgelord fucking game in all of fighting games, right? There's no more dudely fucking game than Mortal Kombat, outside of maybe Dead or Alive because of the tits. And yet we do not act like fucking men in this community. We act like fucking children. Like fucking babies. Just fucking babies.
Nah, I can agree with you though. Yeah, that is not really the same that I'm actually thinking about it. It was no need to, like I said, like Boss said, maybe that was just the mod just overdoing their rights. To be honest, I don't think that was necessarily another one banning it.
Well, then they need to get better mods. Like like people are power tripping, then they need to not be mods. You know, like that's Twitch 101, dude. That's like if you're gonna stream and you're gonna give someone the power to mod, like. To me, that's just fucking bad business, right? Like, if my mods were running around banning people willy-nilly for stupid shit, those people aren't going to ever come back to my stream, you know? So, like, that's just bad business. Why would you turn away customers because your mods, like, don't know how to do their job? You don't have that in any other industry. If you are an employee, which mods are kind of, it's an unpaid job, but you're kind of, in a way, a representative of the channel, an ambassador for that stream. And you're going to sit there and, like, get rid of customers. You're going to turn away business for no fucking reason. No fucking reason. It's almost, I think, honestly, it was an automated mod that was banning people. That the pro comp team saw what was going on. They pulled up the algorithm and they just put like titanium tigers, because you could do that on Twitch. You can have banned words, right? If you say these words, you will automatically get banned. And most people use it for like the N word, right? But like they could have gone into their Twitch settings as a mod and say any mention of titanium tigers, just put his name in that list of banned words and people would get banned just for like mentioning it. But I know a lot of people didn't get banned for like mentioning him by name. A lot of people got banned for asking what happened. So they could have put that into the ban list. What happened or what's going on? Okay, now that's banned. Like, that's just bad modding. That's just being a bad mod. I don't think it has anything to do with NetherRealm being sensitive. But I did hear... I was listening to part of the Rio podcast before going live, and I guess NetherRealm or somebody made a statement on Test Your Might about the situation or a similar situation. I don't know if you guys have read. I haven't read it because I don't go on Test Your Might. I don't really fuck with that community. But have you guys heard anything about that or read anything about that? Hello?
I haven't. I don't know about Crosby.
Well,
Is Crosby even here?
He's like, he comes and he goes. So what it is on, I guess on Test Your Might, somebody, a representative from NetherRealm or the Pro Comp or something was like, yo, NetherRealm's just kind of getting tired of everybody like shitting on them. Like they're just like talking trash about, characters or the game or whatever. Like they're just kind of over it, and it was an overreaction, but like we're just kind of tired of the community just shitting on us and we can't ever do no right. And I kind of understand that sentiment. I do, if that's the case. Again, like I'm not citing any resources. I don't know if like that was actually posted to Test Your Might. They mentioned it in passing on another podcast. But like if that's the case, like I understand that they're tired of like their own fans shitting on them. But like grow up, dude. How many people fucking shit on Metallica's Black album and yet still buy Metallica albums? Like that's when you're a world famous pop cultural fucking icon. Like, yeah, your fans are going to shit on you. My own fans shit on me. Like you just that comes with the territory. You can't be sensitive about that. Every time I stop talking, you guys stop talking. Hello?
We are waiting for you to stop talking so that we can talk.
Say, well, what do you think?
There isn't much to think.
Right?
There's
Well, I think the thing is that we're all kind of in agreement that everybody is stupid and everything is dumb. So, I feel like the statement on this podcast was made, and we should call it there. If you guys have nothing else that you'd like to add, I think ATL just left.
I mean,
No,
we can
I'm
talk about
sorry.
some
I'm
other
playing in
dumb,
I'm playing in a casual game against this laggy Brock, and I was getting triggered. And I had to mute the mic because I was really getting triggered. I was like, you know what? Let me mute this
We
shit.
can talk
And,
about the Gia KO drama that happened like
oh my
a few
god,
weeks ago.
The what drama?
this motherfucker is lag. I'll be right back. I just gotta beat him one time.
ATL's losing his shit. He's losing his shit in Mortal Kombat while we talk about Mortal Kombat. Well, what controversy were you talking about, Cabal Sec?
There was a drama that I think it was a Jackie or whatever that posted three hits and I'm dead or something against a Kodal, where he did a down 2 into 3-4 down 4-2 armor breaker. For some reason she broke after 3-4, and then did another combo, and that happened. We can talk about that. And then he had hashtag MK11.
Wait, so a Jackie killed Kotal Khan in 2 touches or something? Is that what the issue is?
No, Kodal killed Jackie in 3 touches. That was the drama.
That's the
I
drama?
find it really dumb that people are just classifying as an MK11 thing. When MK11 literally has 1-hit KO combos.
But I mean,
Right.
almost every character is a 3 or 4 touch character. Nobody says Kung Lao is broken and I can kill you with 3 combos. My combos do 33%. I hit you with 3 of those, you're dead.
Everyone can do that, and everyone in every other NRS game can do that.
Like, I'm sorry, don't get hit. Especially don't get hit 3 times.
I agree. I mean, I play fucking Hellboy that does 50% mix-ups.
Right? Like, I could understand if it was a 1-touch kill, which those exist in the game. They're very specific. They're not easy to land. You're not going to see them all that often, but they do exist. But, like, to sit there and blow up Twitter because of a 3-touch kill? Come on, bro. Learn to fighting games. Learn how to fighting game.
Yeah, it was even mentioned in Mustard's stream. He just said it isn't an MK11 specific thing.
Yeah.
Like most other fighting games are like that.
A 3-touch kill? Yeah, dude, that's like almost every fighting game is a 3-touch kill. Right? Like even games with touch of deaths like Dragon Ball has touch of death combos. But you have 3 characters. So if they touch of death you once, they still got to do it 2 more times. So it ends up being a 3-touch game. Like,
I mean, the defense they did, the people that agreed with the statement is, in MKX, I needed to push more buttons to do the she-hit combo. That was literally the defense. I literally saw someone say, in MKX, you needed to press more buttons to do that.
yeah, and I think that that's kind of a silly argument. Like, okay, like I guess some people like to play Dance Dance Revolution instead of fighting games, and that's why I love combos, and I love offense. I love Unga Bunga. Like I've made no secret about that, but like with some of the games like offense, at what point are you playing a multiplayer game, and at what point are you playing DDR? Like you're just playing Dance Dance Revolution with your thumbs by yourself. Like that's why I don't really care for Marvel vs. Capcom, because it's like, yo, dude, if I get touched, like they get a hit, and now I don't do anything for 30 seconds while my character dies, and this person gets to play Dance Dance Revolution with his thumbs, and if he fucks up, then I can play video games again. But if he doesn't fuck up his Dance Dance Revolution, then like he basically plays a single player game and I don't exist. And like, I mean, I don't agree with that kind of shit, but I get some people that like that. But I just wonder why you play a fighting game if you just want to play a rhythm game by yourself. Like, why don't you just play a single-player rhythm game. I love combos, but I think some games just get kind of ridiculous, and people keep equating combo skill to, like, skill. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I've seen some world championship caliber players with some pretty bad execution. I don't think execution is what it takes to be a godlike player. It's cool when someone has it, but I don't think it's necessary, and I don't think that defines the game. And I also don't think that Mortal Kombat 11 is any more, like, scrubby and, like, pathetic as far as, like, unskilled play. Like, there's nothing in this game that wasn't in Street Fighter 2. Like, in Street Fighter 2, which is, like, the granddaddy of fighting games, like, with Ryu, I could do jumping roundhouse, crouching forward into fierce fireball, and that's like half of your health, and it's a 3-hit combo. It's a jump kick into a normal, into a fireball, and like half of your health is gone on a 3-hit combo. But nobody calls Street Fighter 2 scrubby.
Oh yeah, and UMK3, had like 99% combos for like almost all of the cast.
Yeah, and like I don't understand that argument that like MK11 is like scrubby. Like, if you take away the execution and you think about the game in terms of, like, how am I going to beat this person, right? If he can do 30% per combo, right? Let's take away crushing blows and fatal blows and say, all right, now we have to have execution, right? Your crushing blow requires you to play DDR for, like, 30 seconds, and if you fail DDR, your crushing blow doesn't hit, right? That's combos. That's literally combos in fighting games, right? Let's add that to what happened. Does that really change the game? He still got touched 3 times. It's just like instead of him losing the 3 touches to L2 and R2, he lost in 3 touches to DDR. But like he still got touched 3 times.
Nah, the game definitely does have some.
Has some what?
Crosby, you cut out.
Yeah, you cut out there for a second.
Oh, my bad. Is it better now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was about to say, yeah, the game really definitely does have some scrubby shit into it. Like, where I feel like, in my opinion, where you can just ignore any fundamentals and even sneak out a win. It's just stupid shit, in my opinion. Just stupid scrubby shit.
Says the guy that plays fucking Fujin, Shiva, and Cetrion.
Hey, listen, cause I play those for trolls, but you know my Aaron Black is official when I want it to be. I can actually win a game with Aaron Black without doing a back 2 slide mix. To be honest, I can win games without doing any mix up like that.
But see, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. There is scrubby shit in the game. There is, absolutely. I'm saying that it's not any scrubbier than any other game. People are always, like, you can't look at Mortal Kombat 11 in a microcosm or a vacuum, right? People are comparing it to other games and saying, Mortal Kombat 11 is scrubby. I'm going to play Unial. And I'm like, dude, there's some scrubby shit in Unial. Get the fuck out of here. Like, oh yeah, Mortal Kombat is a scrublord game. I'm going to play Guilty Gear. And it's like, really? Guilty Gear? The game with yellow Roman cancel that you can fucking pause the game mid-match from full screen to never have to react to anything? Like, you're telling me that's not fucking scrubby, that there literally is a mechanic that is a pause button in a fighting game. And you're telling me that game is not as scrubby as Mortal Kombat? Get the fuck out of here. All those games are just as fucking scrubby. Every fighting game has scrubby shit. You can't point out Mortal Kombat. I just feel like people single out Mortal Kombat, right? Like Mortal Kombat is like it's the middle child, right? It's fucking Jan Brady, right? Marsha. No matter what I do, no matter what Mortal Kombat does, everybody's going to talk about the oldest daughter who's beautiful or the youngest daughter who's the cute baby. And Mortal Kombat's just going to be sitting there folding their arms going, Marsha. That's how I feel because people shit on Mortal Kombat like saying, oh, it's like scrubby. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're telling me Mortal Kombat is scrubbier than fucking Elena from Street Fighter 4 who could heal herself from losing? If she loses too much, she can heal herself? You're telling me that's not scrubby. That's not scrubby compared to Mortal Kombat crushing blows. Because, like, in Mortal Kombat, in order to land a 30% fucking uppercut crushing blow, I have to actually hit you. Whereas in Street Fighter 4, all I have to do is lose with Elena, and then I can heal myself. And I can do that like twice per round if I really play myself smart. And you're telling me that Street Fighter 4 isn't scrubby? You're telling me Street Fighter 4 isn't scrubby with fucking Ibuki, fucking Air Kunai, Oki, fucking Vortex? That even with delayed wake up, she could still Vortex you and keep you in an unblockable situation for the whole fucking round? You're telling me that's not scrubby? Why? Because you have to push more buttons? You have to push more buttons. It took skill to do that. Get the fuck out of here. It took more skill playing DDR than it took landing that initial hit. There was no skill in landing that initial hit. There was skill in DDR. Golf clap. You're good at rhythm games. Go play the Persona Dancing All Night game instead of fighting games. I feel like most people in the FGC are better off playing fucking DDR than they are playing fighting games because that's what they want. They just want to play a rhythm game with the controller when it's their turn to do so.
I think people are just mad at MK and just don't respect us because they know that we have a better game.
I wouldn't say that we have that would be the reason why. I think Mortal Kombat.
I'm just talking shit, dude.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm just responding to the statement. I don't think it's because everybody thinks that Mortal Kombat has a better game. I think Mortal Kombat kind of put themselves into this situation because Mortal Kombat has always been known for being style over substance, right? Like Mortal Kombat 1 is not a deep game. It's pretty scrubby. Like it's more scrubby than this game. Oh, see you later.
But you know my closing statements: buff food, and buff Sertran, buff Darren. So
Fuck
buff those three.
characters.
Don't good.
Fuck those characters. Thanks for stopping by, ATL.
I don't know.
But like Mortal Kombat 1 was scrubby as shit, but it sold because it had fatalities and Scorpion, right? And that's kind of always been the stigma with Mortal Kombat. Is like the games are not very deep, like they're kind of scrubby shit. And like people only buy them because they're casuals and they want story mode and Scorpion and like fatalities, right? It always had that kind of casual fighting game scrub lord stigma, and I feel that that's unfair because like the games are not any scrubbier than any other fighting game. They're just as deep and technical and complicated as any other fighting game. Anything in any other fighting game you can find here. Movement, like people are like, oh, Korean backdash. Okay, well we have wave dashing, and I see people that are awful at it. So like it's just as difficult as Korean backdash, right? Like, oh, there's no difficult combos. And I'm like, really? Because, like, my main character is optimal, has a one-frame link. Like, what is Mortal Kombat missing? I think it's just that Mortal Kombat can't get over the stigma. They can't get over, like, the years and years of, like, Mortal Kombat deception where, like, literally the meta was, like, do a grab for the whole round with Noob Saibot or Noob Smoke, right? If you play Noob Smoke and you grab them once with Smoke tagged in, like that's the round. You can infinite that forever. And like Mortal Kombat's had a hard time kind of getting away from that. But like that's deception, dude. The games haven't been that scrubby since then. But people don't want to play the games because we already have that reputation.
I can't believe people actually think the 3D era has a better gameplay than MK or than NRS.
Well, I think it's because a lot of the community is like casual players that don't actually play fighting games. They're people that like Skyrim, right? Like a lot of the Mortal Kombat community is not fighting game players. It's Red Dead Redemption players. Like they want a story. And like, dude, Deception's single player content, fucking godlike, dude. That RPG mode, I love it, right? I love it. I thought it was great. I'm not a story player and I love that fucking thing. So, like, a lot of the community wants that kind of stuff, and they don't care about the actual core gameplay. And I think that's why it has that reputation, because go to any Mortal Kombat forum, right? Go to Mortal Kombat on Reddit, go to Mortal Kombat on, any other social media. You're going to find this big split between people like us that are like, oh, man, this move is plus 30 on block, and I can frame trap into this. And then there's, like, a bunch of other people that are like, hey, man, what's the lore implications of Rico? And what does Tanya do? Oh, Tanya's a lesbian in the story? And it's like, there are people that don't care about the gameplay minutia. They care about the story. And unfortunately, there's more people that care about the single player content than that care about the actual gameplay of it. It's kind of hard to shake that.
The same people that care about the story event on fucking YouTube videos and said, no, Shao Kahn isn't bad, he's top tier. You just suck at him.
Who is saying that Shao Kahn is top tier? That sounds like some Dynasty shit.
I think True Underdog made a video and then made a video on why Shao Kahn is bad, and his own was showing five tier lists at the beginning saying Shao Kahn is really fucking bad, like bottom one in the game. Then someone came and, no, you're wrong. And then he posted that on Twitter. That's where I saw it.
Oh, so True Underdog wasn't making that hot take. It was just some idiot on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, some
okay.
idiot on YouTube.
Okay. All right. It was just a commenter. Yeah, you can't. You gotta take those with a grain of salt. Most of those people are clowns. But like, those kind of like true underdog, dynasty, brusque poet. Those guys serve that half of the community. Like those guys, you watch brusque poet or true underdog, and it's like, oh, what's the next DLC? Oh, what's what was Liu Kang doing in Mortal Kombat 2? Let's take a deep dive into the lore. They serve that end of the community, and that's fine. But like that's like the bigger end of the community. So people think that that's what it is. People think that the Mortal Kombat community is like casual players that only give a shit about DLC characters and story mode. And that kind of sucks. I personally try to fight that, but it's an uphill battle, man. It's an uphill battle. But, it is what it is, I guess, in that respect. But people like Titanium Tigers and all those mods for the Pro Comp Tour, they don't make it any easier for us to fight these stigmas, man. They really don't. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Well, anyways, we're going to call the podcast here. You guys are fucking not really contributing much. It's end up turning into a rant for
it's
me
just
again.
and it's been an hour and 16 minutes now.
Right? So we're going to call it here. Follow us on social media.
We've only like 3 or 2 dramas, right?
Right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of other shit to cover, but I think we kind of made the statement we were trying to make a little bit and covered it about as in depth as we were going to. So thanks for stopping by, Cabalsec and ATL. Appreciate it. Make sure those of you that don't already follow them on their social media platforms. ATL doesn't have any, but Cabalin can be found on Twitter.
He's started streaming now. ATL.
He's been streaming for a while, and then yesterday he's like, yeah, I don't think streaming is for me. I'm like, all right, well, if you want, you can find ATL. It's YKTV Crosby on Twitch. You can check him out, maybe encourage him to stream more. And Cabalsec, again, is on Twitter, and he edits my videos. So at Cabalin1. And he edits the videos on our YouTube channel a lot of the time, so you can see his work there on my YouTube channel. Give him a shout out. Mention him in the comics. Show him comments. But you could write comics too. Mention him in the comments. Show him some love, man. He works really hard.
I know, it's good. It's good. Give Badger the clout. I don't want it.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, and we will catch you all later.
See ya.
All right. Let's cut.